Hello there, grumpy old fart here. I'm doing, this is not a D&D story. This is just an explanation, I guess, of how I do half-orcs in my games. And, again, I'm not saying this is how you do it. I'm saying this is how I do it, and it works well. So if you want to use it in your game, feel free to do so. It might, if this video helps a new dungeon master, hey, that's the whole goal right there. In Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, there are many different races that you can choose for your character. Your players can choose a number of different races. One of these is a half-orc. Half-orcs are essentially half human. Orcs will have, not to be gross, but orcs will have sex with anything. But they can only breed with orcs and humans in my game. Now, according to the book, half-orcs can be, you can breed with an elf, you can breed with this, you can breed with that. My contention is it simplifies the entire process if all you use is humans, half-orcs and humans, okay? And I'm not saying that, because as I understand it in later editions, they said you can have what's called a mull, M-U-L, mull, mule, whatever. It's a half-orc, or a half-human, half-dwarf. That being said, I've never used it. I can't say one way or the other. But when you're dealing with half orcs, if you in your game you just say half orcs can only breed with orcs and half orcs and humans, it simplifies your life. That's all I'm saying. Half orc characters were somehow either rescued from orc tribes, or the orcs kidnapped a human female, bred with her, and then she was rescued before she gave birth. Either way, the children were raised with humans. Half-orcs get a +1 to strength and constitution and a -2 for the charisma. But if you'll read in the book, it says this -2 charisma only affects races other than orcs. So when they're dealing with orcs, they can have a full 18 charisma. Okay? Other races don't see charisma in the same way. And they have a very similar rule with dwarves. So, According to the player's handbook, half-orcs are limited to cleric, fighter, thief, or assassin. I don't see why they couldn't be druids. If they're alive, they're part of nature, and nature accepts everybody. So I see half-orcs as being able to be druids as well. Will they be a great druid? I don't know. They don't have a minus on their wisdom, so, But, I can see them being druids. Now, a later publication called The Unearthed Arcana came out in the mid-'80s. I got my first copy when I was in the Air Force. They have a new class called Barbarians, and I generally allow half-orcs to be barbarians as well. To me, they make excellent barbarians. Half-orcs of sufficient wisdom should be able to be paladins as well. Here's the thing. They get that -2, which automatically eliminates them from being a normal paladin. However, a paladin of Grumsh is an orc god. If his charisma is 18 with other orcs, or 17, or whatever the limit is, he should be able to be an anti-paladin of Grumsh. So he should be able to. But because, again, the charisma has to be 16 plus, he could only be an anti-paladin of Grumsh. Otherwise, he doesn't fit any stereotype as far as that goes. He doesn't qualify as a paladin under any other religion except for Grumsh. You see what I'm saying? Because if he rolls an 18 charisma and he has to subtract 2 with anybody other than orcs, his charisma is only 16. Which does not qualify him as a paladin. But if he worships Grumsh, his charisma still is technically 18, so he can be an anti-paladin of Grumsh. Now keep in mind, before your players decide they want to have an anti-paladin of Grumsh, they better read the definition, the little bit on Grumsh in the dungeon, in the Deities and Demigods, or the what was it? Deities and Demigods, and there's another one, Legend Lore. Because there are some things that he would have to do as an anti-paladin of Grumsh that might not really sit well with him. I'm just saying. You have to play your character. Playing that character is a little dicey. I'm just saying. Keep in mind, allowing half-orcs to be druids and anti-paladins of Grumsh and barbarians are my house rules. The ones that I use. Feel free to ignore them, some of them or all of them, as you desire. A while back, I ran a half-orc cleric of Grumsh, and my cleric, true to his deity, tore out his left eye to prove, one of his eyes, I think it was his left one, to prove his faith. And I tried to run the character as close to the books and descriptions as possible. And I was not a fan, or the rest of the group was not a fan of me at all. They did not like me because of the, you can read the, I'm not going to go into it here, but there's some stuff that clerics of Grumsh have to do, and it's not nice. Grumsh is not a nice guy, just saying. But in that game, as I recall, I was murdered in my sleep. Them's the breaks. you pays pays for your ticket, you takes your chances on the ride. I'm just saying. You folks have a good day, and I hope everybody likes running half-orcs as much as I do. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.